Here I am in the Okanagan, world-renowned fruit-growing region. We're going to meet Bob and Dora Davison, longtime fruit growers and recent converts to the production of pumpkins here in Vernon, BC. And Dora's going to teach me how to make a pumpkin pie with her own special touch. Hi, I'm Lynette Louise, and we're Cross Country Cookin.
Cross Country Cookin, brought to you by Campbell's. More delicious ideas in every tin. Good. And Sifto, baking soda, naturally. And Eaton's, good satisfactory or money refunded.
You can smell the fruit. I wonder if this is what it was like in the Garden of Eden, that perfect place. I want to tell you a story. There was a man traveling from Winnipeg to Vancouver by train in 1904. His name was Samuel Polson. On the train he met a fellow passenger who described the incredible beauty of the fertile valleys surrounding the town of Vernon. Intrigued, he got off to take a look, and what he saw changed his life. He sent a telegram to his wife that read, "Get ready to move, I've just found the Garden of Eden." Well, Vernon's changed a lot since 1904, but, I think Samuel Polson may just have been right. I don't know if they had pumpkins in the original Garden of Eden, but this one does.
In the late 1800s, the city of Vernon was crowned the gateway to the interior. This reputation led to the immigration of many families. Vernon's location was ideal. Transportation links to the rest of the country by train and by boat made the city flourish. The beauty of the mountains and the lush green valleys are obviously appealing. But without the irrigation that is used extensively throughout the Okanagan, this region wouldn't be green at all. However, when you combine irrigation with glorious sunshine, you've got ideal growing conditions. Bob and Dora Davison, along with their son and daughter-in-law, run Davison's Orchards. It began as a bare 33 acres in the 1930s. It's been transformed into a hearty and plentiful 45-acre fruit and vegetable farm, growing a wide variety of produce. People travel from all over the world to take in the beauty of the Okanagan Valley and visit the Davisons' farm. Delicious fresh fruits and vegetables is what this region is famous for. About 6 years ago, the Davisons began growing pumpkins, and how popular they've become.
Hi, I'm talking to Bob Davison of Davison Orchards, but we're not in the pumpkin patch. We're in front of the pumpkin stand. Bob, when did you first decide to increase your operation to include a market?
Well, about 8 years ago, we went at it earnestly. We realized with two families, my son farming with us, we needed to increase our income. Originally, when this farm was first started in the 30s, early 30s, it was of vegetables as well as fruit. Then we switched completely to apples, and we're that way up until about 8 years ago. We started selling direct, and it's been reasonably successful. If you look around this area, there's urbanization all going on, and that's not all bad because it's brought us a customer base, and we're working with those people. We cater to them. We encourage them to come to the farm, to enjoy the farm, and from that we've grown to where we are today.
At what point did you introduce other vegetables into the operation?
Well, as soon as we started, we realized apples had a limited appeal. People are looking for a lot more than apples, and tomatoes are natural. This area at one time grew many tomatoes. There was every farm along the Bella Vista and many parts of Vernon had tomatoes, and so we added tomatoes. From tomatoes we went to cucumbers and peppers. When we introduced melons, my wife thought we'd really flipped. They've been very successful. Watermelon and cantaloupe, very good products. We grow a lot of squash. That's a growing item.
Now, what about pumpkins?
Well, pumpkins that came in more or less we didn't really know we were doing it. We grew squash and we grew a few pumpkins, and I gave the pumpkins away. I gave them to kids. They came along, and we have a pumpkin for them near Halloween. And pretty soon they brought their neighbors along, and the cars were full of kids, and they all wanted pumpkins. And we didn't have enough, so we had to grow a few more. And then people wanted to buy pumpkins. So today I imagine we sell probably 75% of our pumpkins and give away a few, the rest. We're kind of trying to wean that off a little because it gets carried away. But pumpkins are a good promotion item. Mm-hmm. My daughter-in-law, who is full of ideas, she built a scarecrow using a pumpkin for a head. And it became accepted immediately. People were taking pictures of it, and so she put up a sign, Davison Orchards, alongside it with an apple on it. And the Morning Star, a local paper, came up and took a picture of it, and we got the front page of the paper. And then I realized that, hey, there was something to these pumpkins and this pumpkin scarecrow, and from that we developed our logo, a pumpkin head, a scarecrow, a fun thing, a light thing. You come to the farm, it's a good place to come. You come and enjoy yourself.
All right, and I've been looking around, and I found this teeny little pumpkin, and I want to know what you do with this pumpkin.
Well, that's a Chinese, I understand that's Chinese background. Mm-hmm. I understand it's edible. The Chinese use it in their cooking.
Really?
And it's a oddity this time of the year. We sell a lot of them.
Do you sell them for eating generally, or?
Well, I don't know. People like them for decoration.
So how many kinds of pumpkins do you sell?
Well, we've got many kinds of pumpkins out in the patch. I think we should go out there and have a look at them, and we can talk about them there.
All right.
Okay.
A visit to the pumpkin patch will give us tips on selecting, buying, and cooking with pumpkins. All this and an extra special recipe for pumpkin pie right when we come back. When the warm weather of spring rolls into the Okanagan Valley, the pumpkins in the Davisons' fields begin to flourish. Pumpkins grow on a vine along the ground, and since some of them will get to be huge, they need a lot of room to grow. They get plenty of water thanks to irrigation and loads of sunshine, something else this region is known for. This pumpkin patch is located on top of a hill at the farm. It overlooks the entire valley and city below, and the view is magnificent. Davison's Orchards produces 3 main varieties of pumpkins, all of which vary in size. The sugar pumpkins are tiny. They look like miniatures. The most popular is the jack-o'-lantern, which is a larger pumpkin, often grown for their smooth shape. As the name implies, the Atlantic giant variety are those huge pumpkins you may have seen at a roadside fruit stand or country fair. They can grow up to 200 pounds and are mainly for showing off. In the Okanagan Valley, there are thousands of fruit and vegetable growers. The greater Vernon region is home to more than 1,200 farms, and pumpkins are big business. The Davisons harvest their pumpkins in the early fall and load them into huge bins down at their market. And, of course, the timing is perfect. The pumpkins are at their freshest just in time for Halloween.
So when do you plant the pumpkin?
We planted these pumpkins about the 15th of May. About the time we plant tomatoes. We're free of frost then, and they grow fast. 80 or 90 days to harvest.
That's all?
That's all. And really harvest depends on the season. Now, pumpkins come in around Thanksgiving with pies, and then a real push, a big push, at Halloween. After that, they're finished for the year.
What's this, Bob? This plastic stuff.
Yeah, we plant the, first we put a drip line down, and then we put the plastic down. It's 5 foot wide. We punch holes in the plastic with a bulb planter and seed the pumpkin directly in the soil.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you were saying something before about how you irrigate the field.
Yeah, the field is irrigated about 3 times a day for up to 2 hours at a time. So it could get, the pumpkins, when it's extremely hot, they're getting water for 6 hours each day.
Under here?
Under here. We can, the drip line's in under there, right there. You can see the drip line.
Oh, I see. And is the plastic to protect that then?
No, it's to keep the weeds back a little bit, and it generates heat, and the pumpkins grow fast.
Okay, what's the largest pumpkin that you grow?
Well, probably the ones we're sitting on. They're called Atlantic Giant.
They're pretty big.
Yeah, they're big. They can go up to 200 pounds. They're probably only good to amuse children, either at the fairs or here when we do school tours.
So you can't eat them then?
Well, I think they'd be pretty coarse to use for food.
Well, all right, so these look too big to me for, using for jack-o'-lanterns or anything like that, as much as they'd amuse kids.
Yeah, one like this makes a good jack-o'-lantern. It's got room to really carve a good face in it. Mm-hmm. You can use your imagination. I like to encourage happy faces that show happiness, because a pumpkin is that type. It's a festive scene from Thanksgiving and Halloween. Sometimes when you get a scar, or you can use your imagination and use that scar on the pumpkin. Maybe the vine was over it and it's scarred. You can use the scar to enhance the face and give him some character all his own.
Can you eat the jack-o'-lantern?
Well, some people do. Some people use it Halloween night, and then next day they make a pie out of it. Now, we don't recommend that because we think these have coarse flesh and not much sugar. We prefer some of these sugar pumpkin type.
Okay, let me have a look.
Ones like this that are much smaller. They've been developed with sugar content and a much finer flesh. Makes a much better pie.
All right.
I would recommend this for pies.
Okay, so if I was at the market and I was choosing a pumpkin, how would I be able to tell the difference between a sugar pumpkin and the pumpkin that's intended for the jack-o'-lantern?
Well, I don't think there's very many people can tell by looking at them, but I would look, if I was buying one for a pie, I'd look for a smaller pumpkin. Mm-hmm. I'd look for a well-matured pumpkin, good color, one that's free of any disease, and just a healthy-looking specimen.
Bob, you keep mentioning fun and children. It's obvious you care about people. I guess pumpkins are more than a business.
Well, pumpkins project our business. They're a festive thing, a happy thing, a good time of the year when we're giving thanks, and then a time when kids are having fun at Halloween. That's the kind of projection they make for us.
Well, thank you very much, Bob. And when I come back, Dora's going to teach me how to turn this into a pie. Well, we've met Bob Davison, pumpkin grower. I'd like to introduce you to Dora Davison, pumpkin cook. Okay, Dora, we're going to make a pumpkin pie today, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, is there anything special about the pumpkin pie?
It's an orange pumpkin pie, which makes it a little different, I think, from the regular one.
Oh, that's the special ingredient I was telling you about earlier. Okay, so we're going to make an orange pumpkin pie. That is, this recipe, has it been passed down through the years?
It's a recipe I've used for a long time. It's one that I've more or less made up myself from various other recipes, and it's one that I like the best, so I use it.
Oh, all right. Okay, so the recipe divides into 3 parts. We have the dry ingredients, the wet ingredients, and of course, the most important ingredient, the pumpkin.
The pumpkin, right.
I picked that pumpkin. How'd I do?
It looks great. It has a nice hard outer skin, and it's a dark orange. I think that it looks like it's ready to use.
So then basically what we're avoiding is a soft skin. That would mean it was overripe, of course.
That would mean it's immature and not ready yet.
Oh, pardon me. I assumed overripe. Okay.
No, the harder they get, the older they are and the more mature.
Okay, so how would I know if it's overripe then? Would there be anything to indicate
I don't
that?
know if you can get an overripe pumpkin.
Oh, really?
Once they get to a certain stage, I think they just sit.
Oh, that's good to know. All right. Okay, so we have to cut the pumpkin then.
Yes, we do.
Are you going
And I'm going to cut it across this way because the bottom is flat and it sits better in the pan to cook it.
Okay, go ahead. You do the honors. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me give it.
It needs a big knife to get it. And it looks like a good one.
Okay, now when you say it looks like a good one, what is it exactly that you're looking at?
If it's not ready, it can be green around just inside the skin there. It can be green.
All right, so then that's what you would check. You would check the meat of the pumpkin for the color
Yes.
in this area.
It looks nice and orange. Now I have to scoop out the seeds.
Okay, Dora, do you make pumpkin seeds with that?
You can do. Just wash them and dry them in the oven.
Is there any difference in the flavor between using the sugar pumpkins and, let's say, jack-o'-lantern pumpkins for, to make seeds?
These seeds might be smaller.
No flavor difference,
I
just
don't think
the
there'd be a
size?
flavor difference.
We would put the seeds, clean them off, put them on a baking sheet, put some salt on them, and then just throw them in the oven,
Put
right?
them in the oven.
Okay.
And there's your scraped out pumpkin.
Oh, that looks good, actually. Okay, then what do we have to do next? We have to put it in a baking dish.
We have to put it in a baking dish. And cover it with saran wrap or a film of some kind.
Okay, I think I have the saran wrap back here. Now, why are you covering it with saran wrap?
It cooks faster and more even.
And where are you cooking it?
In the microwave.
That's my favorite part. We're going to cook this pumpkin in the microwave. How long does it take?
About 10 minutes.
Beautiful. Now, what happens if...
You can cook it in a regular oven without any problem. Just cover it with aluminum foil and it takes about an hour to cook in an oven. I just leave a little corner open to let the steam out.
Now, we're going to cook it in the microwave, right?
Right.
Okay, for 10 minutes on high.
Right.
But we've already cooked one, so I'm just going to set it over here. Move these aside, and what is it we have to do? We have to get the dry ingredients.
Get the dry ingredients.
All right, I'll read them up. We need 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar packed.
I have that in here, and I also have the spices in.
You're ahead of me.
Yeah, I thought I'd do it ahead. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/2 teaspoon of cloves.
Great. Well, what about the orange rind?
There's 1/2 teaspoon of orange rind, which I haven't got in here yet. I grate the orange on this fine grater.
Okay, well, why do you use the fine side as opposed to any of the other sides?
If you use the bigger ones, you taste the little bits in the pie. And
I see, okay. And maybe a bit too bitter or tart?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I'm just going to put it into this.
I see.
Now I'm going to put the orange rind in.
Oh, and I get to stir, so that's a 1/2 teaspoon,
1/2
right?
teaspoon. I just measure it like that.
Okay, I'll stir it in. I think now we're at the point where you have to beat 3 eggs, correct?
Yes, we do.
Okay. You beat the eggs, and I'm going to get that pumpkin that we cooked already. Okay, I'll just remove the saran wrap.
I just have to beat these for a very few minutes.
That's all, just that couple of
That's
minutes?
all.
Great.
Yeah, just to
Now,
mix them.
Dora, can you pass me that fork? I'd like to check and see if this pumpkin's cooked enough. And you're going to have to talk me through this. Now, how do I tell? Just by how
Just
soft
a
it
bit
is?
soft, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So it's pulling away from the edge quite nicely. So that would indicate that it's
Yeah,
finished,
it
right?
is. It's usually wise to take it out while it's still warm because it's easier to mix up than when it gets cold and it gets kind of solid.
I see. Okay. So it would appear even softer than this
Yeah,
if it was
yes, it would.
warmer. Okay, now we have to do the wet ingredients. So you bring the eggs over here, and I'll read them out to make sure we're in. All right, we've got the 3 eggs beaten. Good. And we need a cup of milk. I'll just set that down. Terrific. And we need a 1/2 cup of orange juice.
Right?
Now, when you put the orange juice and the milk together, it doesn't sour?
No, it doesn't. I guess it's because there's other things in with it.
I see, okay. And we need a 1/4 cup of water, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay.
I love the smell of vanilla. And now for our hero,
The pumpkin.
That's right. We've already mashed this up and measured it. And just whip it in here. And that's it, isn't it? That's all?
everything
Okay.
now.
Well, you get to do the important ingredient. Okay, and at this point you have to beat this with the beater, correct?
I beat it with the beater.
Okay, I'm going to get the pastry that you've already prepared, and you beat it
Okay.
with the beater. now we're done. Okay, let's pour that in. So we've completed baking this pie. I'm just going to set it aside. Or we haven't baked it, we've put it all together. But we have baked another pie, which is cooling. I'll get that. And you just go through the cooking instructions with me?
I bake that for 10 minutes at a 450 oven, and then for about an hour on 350.
Okay.
And that should
do it.
The 10 minutes in a hot oven sets it. And then it, about an hour, 50 minutes to an hour.
Finishes up the cooking. So how can you tell when the pie's cooked?
I stick a knife in it like that, and if the knife comes out clean, then the pie is cooked.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, now we're ready to eat it. That's the good part. That's what I've been waiting for. So you cut me a piece. I'll get the whipped cream because I always have whipped cream with my pie, pumpkin pie.
Well, that's
There
what
we
makes
go.
it special.
No, the orange is what makes it
is.
special,
That's
right?
true.
Okay,
This one, anyway.
terrific. Let's get the plates out.
Take the pie
Oh,
server.
Of course. I'm going to scoop a little on there. Here's your fork. Actually, I'm going to really scoop. I love whipped cream pumpkin pie. Okay. All right, Dora, I'm tasting it.
Good. I hope it's good.
Oh, that orange is really nice.
You can taste it, can't you?
That's really good. Thank you. I've had a great time today. I'm Lynette Louise. We've been cross-country cooking. Oh, you know what we should do?
What we should do.
We should take a piece to Bob.
We certainly should. He'd love it.
All right, let's do that. I'll get the plate. Oh,
I'll
that's
cut
good.
the pie.
Okay. Bob, we have a treat for you.
Oh, good.
Better like it, I made it.
Wow, good.
Okay?
Where's the coffee?
You know, it's not every day we bring this all the way up. Is it good?
It's good.
It's good.
Good, good. We hoped it would be.
You know, the deal is that you have to carry all these pumpkins down there so we can...
Well, that's easy.
That's
I come with a tractor. Yeah, that's a good pumpkin pie.
All right.
Cross Country Cookin, brought to you by Campbell's. More delicious ideas in every tin. Good. And Sifto, baking soda, naturally. And Eaton's, good satisfactory or money refunded.